What up? Number one, GK Rap Genius right here on Drive Radio. Niaje say it's Wednesday manze, kazi kwisha. Tumefunga kazi, it's fire up bent. Yeah, it's time to party, time to talk to you, time to talk to my fans. If you just one, I do it, man. I do it. Even for you, just one person. So, man, what's up? It's your boy GK Rap Genius right here on Drive Radio. Catch me live every day on this set, on this drive. I'll be talking to you, happy topics, man. Happy to chat with you, happy to talk with you. So let me know, man, how you doing wherever you want, Nairobi, Kenya, Mombasa, Kisumu, Kwote, Ujerumani. Today naongea na watu wa diaspora. Mahali muko, kauko diaspora, Ulaya, wapi, Amerika, wapi, Warabuni. I'm talking to you. Na wauliza aje. Sijui kama nyinyi mnamitigi watu ignorant. Just those ignorant people. Like information is out there, but they just choose ignorance. They say ignorance is a bliss. It happens to me almost every day. I hear people ask you these ignorant questions, and then you are like, okay, what are you thinking, man? Like, are you stupid? You don't know, or you're just that? Like, I don't want to know the facts. I'm not interested in the truth. That's how I believe. Okay, fine. So, Jana, I met, I was in fitness studio. Let me just say, I had worked out, I finished, and then I was in showers, changing, before I left. And then in walks this guy. And we just, eye contact, of course. Then we start talking, and then from one topic, then to the next topic, and blah 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 like that. And most of the time, as a black person, when you're in a white dominant country, Europe country, people are very curious. Most of the time, they're curious. Where are you from? When did you come here? Are you going to stay? What are you doing? You know, and unfortunately, uh, they pre-assume, most pre-assume about people like me, foreigners. They assume, okay, if you're a black person, you came here swimming, because they ask you that question like, hey, did you swim, or how did you come? Nobody want to think about, like, you can just apply for a visa and travel. No, you're a black person, you must have come here through Red Sea, Black Sea, wherever, swimming. So this guy asking me, and then I tell you, I'm from Kenya, and I can't even swim, by the way, so I didn't swim here. And he kept going and kept going, and then when I told him, no, I'm working, I'm a qualified nurse, I work in a hospital. I've been here at least 10 years. And then he changed. Then he started saying, the last time it's a lot of bad things happening in Germany, and people are being killed, women are being killed. And I'm like, okay, but who is killing them? Us? No, me. And then I'm like, come on, dude. I mean, it's not like it was safer some 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 30 years ago. Germany, like any country, you still have people with problems, psychological problems. So they cause problems. They want to hurt others. So you can't tell me there's no country where people are not abducted, or people are not raped, or people are not, it happens. Unfortunately, it's the nature of human beings. Sometimes we act like animals. You see? But don't assume now, don't give me that bullshit. Just because now the last time Germany took a lot of foreigners, now all of a sudden there's a rape case. there is drugs case, there is murder case, there is, you know, a lot of this happening. Of course, maybe it has increased, yeah, statistically, but doesn't mean those things were not happening before foreigners came, before, you know. Anyway, uh, then the guy say, you know, Kenyans are good, Kenyans are good. I say, okay, I don't know what you mean, but okay. Kenyans, you know, Kenyans are good, they hardworking, blah, blah, blah. But then he start saying, but the Araba, they're the one who come there, they start causing problems, you know. Then I was like, okay, this is just another anti-Semite, anti-Islamic guy with his ideology about Islam. And so I told him, look, man. Then he started saying, look, they came all from Afghanistan and so and so. So I thought, okay, how can I educate this guy? Like short and concrete, short, just, you know, like with a few words where he can just understand. I told him, look, I gave him like three examples, but I realized he wasn't really understanding. First, I told him, look, I don't think anybody just to leave their homes. People don't just leave their countries. Yeah? And I told him, when you see people living, taking risk to swim over Mediterranean or Black Sea with their children, newborn babies, and they know they can't swim, but they still risk to go on that small boat, you have to ask yourself, yeah, how crazy must it be for somebody, yeah, to risk, to take that kind of risk? So before you start pointing finger, let's go back to the cause of that. Why are people leaving their houses? Yeah. Then I told him, during the war, the Europeans, the Germans, the Polands, the Italians, everybody was running. There was a lot of migration, and that's why when you go in countries, European countries, most of the people, the new generation, their forefathers, yeah, they are immigrants. They're not originally from that country. Even Germany is called a country of immigrants because most of the people today, they are like the third or fourth generations of the people who came from either neighboring countries. They migrated because of some of war. During the war, I'll just say during the World War II mostly, there was a lot of migration. You know, Hitler was doing a lot of barbaric things, yeah? So why would people stay? Of course they will move. So when you go to wherever you go, you find people and they'll tell you, you know, our family originated from there, they came from there, from here. It is the same thing, man. It is the same thing. So when you see Africans trying to swim, yeah, taking all that risk, they are trying to swim from the West Africa, they're trying to swim through Spain and go through France and go to Germany. Or you see like the people from Afghanistan or Poland or now Russians or you know, Ukraine. They are foreigners. Those Ukrainian people who now are here because of the war, the next 100 years, yeah, nobody will even remember they came. They will just be, their children will just be called Germans. Yeah, and until someone asks deeply, where did your family come from? They will say, you know, during the war between Russia and Ukraine, a lot of our fathers, they were refugees in this country and that country and that country. So that's how it basically happens. It happens like that. Yeah. But people don't just leave. People don't just go. People don't just take their bags, take their children and decide, I am leaving everything, my businesses, my good jobs, and leave. No. It has to be. First of all, it's the nature of a human being to look for safety. So people are looking for safety. Okay? So before you start pointing fingers and say, oh, the Arabs, they are the one. Ask yourself, first of all, why are the Arabs or the people from Afghanistan, Iraq, you know, Somalia, wherever, where are those people leaving their countries in that big number, it is because somebody is causing problem in their homes. And Europeans know that. Europeans, they know that, but they're ashamed to say, or they don't want Africa to be independent. So I told him, look, yeah, statistically, Africa is richer than any other planet. Any not planet, but I'm sorry, but any other continent. Africa is richer. Yeah. But whenever you guys are always, oh, Africa is like this, Africa is poor, Africa, poverty, poverty, poverty. But no, none of this ignorant, yeah, nobody ever say, you know, it is our fault that Africa is so disorganized. Yeah, maybe not 100 completely your fault, but it is also you play part. And I gave him an example. Another example I gave him is about now the latest France taking so much from the West countries, the countries of West Africa, like and the country like Niger. Yeah, Niger reacted and said, no, you have taken enough from us. For so many years, you've been taking and taking and taking and taking and taking and taking, yeah? While our people are suffering, we don't gain anything, yeah? You are selling this mineral cobalt, the one they used to make electricity. You are taking from us for free. You've been taking over 50 years. You've been taking. So France being part of EU, you'll expect the EU Commission, you know, to go and talk to their people and tell them, hey, I think, yeah, colonization ended some years, 60 years ago. And I think it's not fair that you keep taking from these people, yeah. I think it's time now you leave the people alone, you leave their country, and you let them decide now about the minerals. But European, the Germans, the French, the Belgium, the Sweden, they know they will never let Africa or those countries. Because let me tell you, a thief will not come to your house if you don't have anything that they can steal. Is it true or false? A thief will not come to your house if they know there is nothing to steal. Should I repeat again? Muizi, a thief, muizi, a thief, a criminal, a thief cannot come to your house if they know for sure there is nothing for them to gain. There is nothing for them to steal. Yeah? You see, in other words, a criminal can only come to your house if they know there is something in there that they can gain. So, ask yourself, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, the African countries, they have been colonized over 60 years only. Over the last 60 years. Yeah? They say we have independence. But still, those European countries, they've never left Africa completely. They've never let Africa decide for the prices. I mean, let me tell you a funny thing is, the minerals in Africa, like let me say oil in Africa, it is sold in dollars. We don't have dollars in Africa, but our minerals, they are sold in dollars. You see, somebody come to your house, then they decide the value of your wife, the value of your children, the value of your TV. No, you don't decide. They decide the value of everything that you have in your house. So wherever I meet this kind of people, you know, then I'm like, oh, this is just another ignorant person. They have no idea. Yeah, all they know is what the media is telling them. You see, nothing else. They don't know beyond. beyond what media is telling them. You see, they are not even interested in the history. Yeah, all they know is, oh, Africa is poor, and that's all they take from that. Africa, there is war everywhere. There is war. There is war in Ukraine. Is that Ukraine is where? Is in Europe and Russia. Yeah, there were wars before they invaded Africa. There were wars here in European ones just killing each other. You read go history. So you, my friends, here, wherever you are, how do you handle this ignorance? How do you handle people? Do you, because a lot of us, we face this. We get this questioning now and then, every now and then at work. You know, you get people, they you question them every time. They want to know. They ask, they ask, they ask, they ask, they ask. Yeah. So let me know. What do they say? What do you tell them? What do you tell them? So it's your boy here, GK Rap Genius, and I'm happy, of course, to talk to you guys. Let me know what you think as we listen to the next song, yeah? Yeah. GK here, GK Rap Genius, right here on Drive Radio. I'm coming to you, man. I want to talk to you, man. You, especially people in the foreign countries, Uganda, wherever. Yani kama tu you are in another country, working, hustling, whatever you're doing. And obviously, when you are African, you're in another African country, people don't always notice. So, but when you're African, black person in a white dominant country like European, America, wherever, Asia, people notice, okay, this is a black person. Obviously, they are not from here or they could, but people notice that. And they ask, some, they are innocently just asking because they don't know. But then you have these people who they just